I'd like to welcome you all to my channel. Tonight I'd like to talk about another challenge of my life that I had to face, and long after the stem cell transplant for cancer, I get back to Dallas, and I was getting along pretty good, and I started playing racquetball and swim, and I noticed that when I'm holding the ball in my hand, my finger cannot hold the ball, and a ball falls from my hand. And I said, well, something must be wrong with my hand. So I went to just regular doctor that I always go, and I said, I can't hold the ball anymore in order to play. So he took some x-ray from my hand and all that, and he said, your hand is good and there's nothing wrong with your hand. I said, then what's the problem? He said, I'd like to take a MRI and see what's going on. And he sent me to MRI section, and I took MRI, and good enough, he called me back and he said, you have a mass that's sitting on the right hand side of your head and pushing the left side, and it's kind of damaging the nerve on the left side, and you need to go back to MD Anderson in Houston and let them look at it closely. So I said, wow, this is kind of strange. So I went to MD Anderson about 2-3 days after, and I went to neurologist, and the doctor was a very young doctor, and he looked at me and said, well, I saw your MRI, but I need to have MRI myself. And I said, okay. So he scheduled another MRI, and it was 2010, November 2010, and I took the MRI, and he called me back. He said, yes, there is a tumor in your right hand side, and we need to go in there and have operation. There's no way that we can do it with x-ray or anything. So I said, okay, doctor, so what are you supposed to do? He said, well, I'm going to schedule you on January 11 and 2011, and you come back here and we go do the surgery. And he put a sheet of paper in front of me, and he said, I want you to read this and sign it for me. I said, doctor, I don't want to read it. I can sign it for you. He said, no, you need to know. I said, what's a good point that for me to know? There is so many negative stuff in this paper. You're going to be paralyzed, you're going to die, you're going to lose a speech, you're going to lose your eyes. It's a head, it's a brain, so anything could go wrong. And so what do I need to know, Dad? These are all negative stuff, and I don't want to think about it. So just do the surgery and I sign it for you as far as the legal battle. So I signed the paper, and January 11, I came back and he asked me for another MRI, and he also had to put some chips on my head and to take a better direction where he started and where he's going to be finished. But the thing is that was very amazing to me was that on the hallway that we were waiting for MRI, there was a lady sitting across from the hallway, and she had a white dress, and she was a very nice looking lady, and she said, sir, what is MRI, what is the problem? I said, well, I have a mass in my head, and they will want to go in and take it. They said, do you mind if I pray for you? I said, no, not at all. As a matter of fact, I would be glad to. And she started holding my hand and kind of hugged me and and the gentleman that was supposed to take MRI keeps saying, are you all finished? And she said, no, I'm still praying. And she kept on praying, praying, praying. About 20, 25 minutes she was praying and for me. And after she finished, she said, you're going to be all right. Don't worry about anything. You're going to be okay. And I said, thanks. So I went, took another MRI and then went back and come January 11 for the surgery. So the surgery was supposed to be 9 hours and it was 2 o'clock. They were supposed to take me in and 9 hours, 8 hours surgery. So my hand was very, very weak and I could not even get it back, hold it like this. So I went prepared, they prepared me for surgery and my doctor came and said, are you scared? I said, no doctor, why should I be scared? I said, are you good? He said, yeah, I'm good. I will do this surgery every week 2-3 times. I said, if you're good, then I have somebody come and watch you and then everything gonna be fine. He said, I'm sorry, there is nobody can come to operation room except my staff. I said, no, the one I'm talking about, he's already there. He's watching me all the time and he helped me during my hard time. So I'm perfectly fine, let's do it. So they took me in and around 5:30, 6 o'clock, I opened my eyes. I was in the recovery room and I looked at the clock and I said, 5:30, I was 2 o'clock and it's only 3.5 hours. What happened? So I called the nurse at the recovery room. I said, ma'am, your clock is something wrong. You need to fix that clock. She said, no, the clock is perfect and it's okay. I said, no, I was supposed to have 9 hours surgery. She said, oh gosh, you just went 3 hours. In the first hour and a half, they cut me through from right here and all the way right here. And he said, the surgery went perfect and you were done in almost 2.5 hours. I said, wow, that's great. And he said, how you feel? I said, fine. So as she was rolling me after the recovery room to my room, my doctor came and said, how you doing? And I kind of got my hand like this and start going like this. I said, doctor, you did it. It works. My finger is working and I can hold things. He said, yes, I took almost everything that I could out of that and cleaned it up and I think you should be okay. So I went and before the surgery, I asked my doctor, I said, doctor, when I can go swimming if you have surgery on me and when can I go play racquetball? He said, well, racquetball, forget it. It's about 2-3 months. But swimming, maybe a month and a half, you can start going back swimming. I said, so between now and 1.5 month, what am I do for exercise? He said, you can just walk. That's the only thing you can do. So I came back to Dallas and every night or every morning that I usually go and exercise, I start walking along the path that they had in LA Fitness for people running or walking. And all my friends downstairs, they were playing racquetball and they say, when are you going to come back? I said, I don't know, I'm just walking right now. So I was walking 25-30 30 times around that circle, and then would go home and do the same things over. And about 3-4 weeks, I felt real good and I felt fine. So I called my doctor. I said, "Doctor, I'm doing great. Can I go swimming at least?" He said, "No, because your head still is loose, and if you go swimming, you might have a seizure and you might pass out in the water and drown." I said, "Doctor, I can feel myself that I'm okay." So I keep insisting that I'm doing okay, and he said, "Okay, if you want to go, tell somebody to watch you while you swim." And I said, "All right." So I told the receptionist, I said, "Ma'am, I'm going to be swimming in there, and I had brain surgery, and I'd like you to kind of look at the swimming pool and kind of watch me." She said, "Oh, I'll be glad to. I'm sitting right here. People come in and out. I'll watch you." So I start swimming, and when about 2-3 more weeks after that, we had to go back to the doctor, and he kind of checked me out again and see what's going on. I told him that I'm doing great, doctor. I am swimming with no problem, and I walk okay, and I exercise. And I said, "Now can I go play racquetball?" And he said, "I would be waiting another 2-3 weeks." I said, "Doctor, I'm okay. I can tell you, my body, I can feel it that I'm okay." So make the story short, I start playing racquetball and keep on doing the exercise I do. And after a while, I went back over there. They told me that the mass they took, it was benign and it wasn't cancer. So I felt wonderful that I got through. But to going towards Houston the day of surgery, it was kind of scary ride, because I didn't know if I'm going to come back in one piece, or I'm going to have all those negative stuff that doctors said one of them could happen. But after I went through the surgery, I was pretty sure that I'm going to be fine, and I was doing great. And to this day, I have not had any problem as far as my finger and my brain or anything. And this was one of those things that happened to me, and it was very, very dangerous. But thanks God that I think that lady had a lot to do with it. I felt like she was an angel and come to rescue me, and it was just great that she prayed for me, and I had so much confidence that somebody is really watching for me. And that was my story of that brain surgery. But I want to thank you all, and if you like, just thumbs up, and if you want to hear some more, just subscribe to my video, and I would appreciate very much. And I will have another story in a couple of days, or maybe 2-3 days, and I will share it with you all. Thank you.